Perfect.
Looks good. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hello. There we go. It took mine a second to catch up there, Carl, but I'm good now.
Yeah, did me too.
Yeah.
Growing
Need to
pains.
update a little bit. Yeah. Learning and growing. Here we go, right?
So another live stream Monday, right?
Oh yeah. All in good fun. All in good fun. Well, I guess quick update time before we bring our special guest on. We got Second Shed Reptiles. Miss Maddie's going to pop on with us and chat some things. But updates from Void Century, at least. No changes. We're just holding down the fort. We're gaming and planning and window shopping like crazy. That's what we get to do.
Yeah. It's really about the same here on coast. I'm gonna refresh some humidity here tonight and probably pair Wednesday or Thursday, and then after I bring them out of the box, feed everybody. So that's about where we're at. Anybody who refuses locks from this point on and refuses food, I'm going to consider about ready to lay. I mean, that's about where we're at, man. We got a bunch of big snakes that seem like they're nesting up, and a bunch of them in the front of the box, like starting to get swole.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's awesome. Looks like we may be having some IG issues. So, hey, just a heads up, everybody. We might need you guys to pop over to YouTube for hit the bell. Let's go. Yeah, there's Nick popping in through YouTube. So our YouTube comments are popping in, but it looks like we're not popping in through IG yet. So something might be a little broken. Maybe.
Let's see. Let me pop over. No, I'm seeing comments. So
you are? Okay.
Yeah, you got to click over to your IG there. I'm seeing comments on my IG. If you guys will be able to see the YouTube comments. Comments on my IG. Yeah, you may want to hop over to IG if you want to talk with everybody. Or sorry, hop over to YouTube if you want to talk with everybody in that chat there. You'll be able to see their comments, but they won't be able to see yours if you're on IG.
Gotcha. Yeah. I just popped up IG on the personal. That way we can. Yeah. Perfect. Cool. Well, yeah, we got a little growing pains, but we're getting through it. trying to figure this all out. Trying to line it all up and get it all going. But we appreciate you guys being here and everything. And we will get ready to pull on our guest for the evening. Let her do a kind of little soapbox tour, giving everybody a what's up and a shout out and telling everybody who she is and what she's about. So, yeah.
Oh, hi.
Cool. All right. What's up, Maddie? How you doing?
Pretty good.
Cool. All right. Well, we're going to turn the floor over to you for you just kind of stand up there and tell everybody what you're about, who you are, everything like that. So.
All right. Hi, I'm Maddie. I do Second Shed Reptiles. I do it alongside my partner and my daughter. Right now, this would be my first year breeding. Kind of got a few plans laid out for now. Don't know what I want to do yet for breeding and rescuing standstill. But overall, I'm doing pretty good. I live in Florida, so we just got the unnecessary snow down here that you guys can have. You guys can have. I don't want it. Okay. I don't want it. Then again, the iguanas it's raining iguanas down here, so
Yeah, I've seen some videos about that stuff. There's people like putting them in the backs of their trucks and like hundreds of iguanas in the backs of their trucks and stuff. So
yeah, did you see the guy with the iguana blanket? He was covered up with iguanas in the parking lot laying them.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, FWC actually let people start picking them up and keeping them and then dropping them off with FWC so they can, they're invasive down here. So that's why everyone started picking them up and then just giving them the FWC. There was a video online that I seen. It's like, you know what you can do with a sleeping iguana? Make iguana tacos. That sounds so good. I don't know.
I've heard people eat them. I don't know.
Yeah. Down in the southern, like South America area and stuff like that. Yeah.
But
I don't know. Hard telling. That might become the new thing. People do eat alligators, so they might jump over to iguanas. You never know.
Oh yeah. Alligator tail's pretty good. I mainly have ball pythons, a hognose. I can't have any of the cool stuff. You guys have the cool stuff. You get retics, you get berms, you get berm balls, you get all the crazy stuff. We can't have that. We can't have that.
But you live in like primo territory for any type of reptile to be invasive, like immediately become invasive.
Pretty much. Like we see, like for example, hognoses. We see hognoses outside. We see Burmese. Burmese is there's so many of them. Let's see. If you're lucky, you can get a wild boa constrictor as well, and you keep it as a pet. Just a lot. I think I've seen a couple retics down here, but not a lot.
Gotcha. Yeah, they said Third Coast said chameleons. Chameleons are like anytime you see like those videos or like little shorts or something, the Yoink guy or whatever his name is, he'll just snatch chameleons out of the trees and stuff. It's really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So
he's got more balls than me. I don't want to mess with them stiff.
I don't know. He scratches alligators on the head and stuff. He sounds like a cool dude. I would be very interested in meeting him.
Yeah. So what I know you've been back and forth on some different ball pythons and morphs and stuff. What are you leaning towards right now?
Right now, I'm leaning towards more of the Suma complex. I really like dark morphs, and then I just like the way they look. In the beginning I was doing DG clowns. I still can do DG clowns, and then I like the way they look, and then I wanted to do something darker, more complex. So I actually just got 2 pairs of mahogany double het albino clowns, which they're both shed tested, and they're 100% 50% het clown, so we'll probably prove that out. It's just that for now. This is a good starting point for me, and then maybe along down the road, I really like Stranger, I really like Confusion, I like Hurricane, I like Pied. I've seen Suma Pieds. They're so pretty. And I love
anything but a Suma. I'm dark side all day long, but anything but a Suma Pied. Come on now. Let's start playing with some other stuff on the dark side of stuff. Come on. GHI. You go GHI Mojave Pied. That'd be killer. You could go Blackhead, Black Pastel Pied. That'd be wicked too. All these other dark traits.
Yeah, I was looking at Blackhead, and that's something I do not have, and I was like, I really like that. I love it. What is it? What else? What else did I like? I like TSK. I love TSK. I love VPI. Just Super Mahogany just spoke out more to me. Definitely want, like you said, solid black. I love it. But I like dark and busy. So if we can get like a complex that's dark, a little bit of light, for example, GHI, to enhance them patterns on the side, along being a dark gene, maybe putting Hurricane, maybe putting Confusion, Scrambler. I mean, add that complex back and forth to each other. That's I like very busy. I like a very busy
Yeah,
snake. It looks
yeah.
awesome to me. It looks awesome to me.
Let's shoot this route. Let's bring back some old school stuff. Don't chase the new trends, because the new trends are phenomenal. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I find them fascinating. You know, monsoon, this, that, and the other. They're great. Everybody's chasing that new trend. Get to some
Right.
old school classic stuff that nobody's messing with anymore. That's the way to go. That's the way to set yourself apart. Oh, look, Carl's already pulled out snake and tail right there already. Boom. First shot. All right. We'll throw it over to you, Carl. What do you got? What we got?
Super simple combination, right? So we got black pastel, Mojave, fire, and it's double het clown pied. Clean belly.
Got its ringer.
I don't know if you
got its ringer.
Got its ringer up here. And it's busy but simple all at once.
Right.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Look at that right there. Just the way that it draws out that dorsal is wicked. But that's
a super simple snake.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a good building block. You take something like this, mix in your Confusion, your acid, Hurricane, you know, something like that to give it more depth, more complexity, blow out that side some.
Like cinnamon. Just saying, Cindy does that too.
I do like Cindy.
Yeah. Especially like Cindy het pied stuff looks really good. Just saying, you got that het pied influx. I'm just, just you throw ideals out. I could throw a dark morph out all day long, just one after another, just boom, boom, boom. But that's the direction I'm taking with my collection too. Is dark, and then also G stripe stuff, because I want to work them heavy and hard both directions. So, but
yeah.
I did have a question.
So
what is some of your goals for this year, 2026? We're still early in the year. What are some goals you have set forth for yourself that you would like to see yourself achieve when it comes to second shed reptiles?
Expanding, we've been really debating back and forth because we have our house. We have different rooms for quarantine. We would like, especially this year, to have a separate building for all of our animals. That's a big goal. We've been planning it for a long time. We've been saving. It's going to take us $5,000 to $6,000 at least. Just to have a really good starting point, like a budget on what we want to do. We want to make sure it's all climate control. That's number one. We want to have more space so we can have the amount of snakes that, we can produce, and all that. And also another goal is to get more snakes. I want to get more snakes this year. Another goal is I want to breed this year. This was main goal. But then again, I want to have the knowledge and everything I need before I even start doing that. So this year, this goal, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go back to Daytona. I'm going to go to vendors and ask them questions. I even said it in another podcast a while back. I'm going to go. I have a book of notes right here. Ask them a whole bunch of questions. If I have, I'm still new. I've only been in reptiles in 2.5 years. I still have a lot of questions. I definitely want to work towards making sure all of, health testing, work towards all that, make sure they're all 100% shed test. Man, this is a really difficult one because there's so much I want to do at one point, but I can't. And another goal, I need to learn to be patient. I, some me, I like to jump the gun a lot and say, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this." But realistically, am I prepared for it? No. Have I done research on it and learned how to do it or some sorts like that? No. I really need to take a step back and figure out like what exactly do I want to do? What exactly do I need to do it? And then what the questions I need to ask and able to achieve it. That's my main goal. I want to make sure I can do it correctly, safely, and for the sake of the animals and myself. And like, I enjoy it. But I want to make sure I'm doing it correct.
Yeah, I'd like to say that. I mean, the finding the focus is where a lot of breeders either they'll level up or they'll spiral out into, oh, that's a pretty morph, I gotta have it. You know what I mean? And it's
Yes.
important. And I think everybody has been guilty of it that's been in this for any amount of time, for at least a little bit. Everybody's like, oh, well, I gotta have that. That's awesome. Oh, but what about this? I can make those. If I just have one more snake, I can make these too,
Right.
and that's kind of a hard thing to fight. And I always tell everybody have a clear goal of what you're wanting to make before you purchase or pair anything up.
Right.
Because you got to ask yourself, okay, what am I trying to produce? Okay, what's the end goal, right? And then
Right.
this pairing that I have right in front of me, what does this clutch do to move me towards that goal? Those are some of the things that are even more reinforced in my mind now, as opposed to when I first started.
Right. And also, some of these projects that everybody has, it takes some years to even plan it to go in the direction. I'm gonna shout out Inky Clouds, Diomi. She for the tri-stripe, the Desert Ghost tri-stripe she 3 years off of 3 years off of 3 years to create a visual. That's a lot of time and effort and um and the amount and also the education plays a role, in the market or how
Yeah.
there's new keepers wanting to enter the hobby without rushing, cutting corners, or some of them buy a lot at once and then they're burning out financially. That's another thing. But I wanted to point out Diomi, she, you work hard, plan ahead, 3 years ahead, and she only hit one visual, which is breathtaking, and she hit a goal. It took her a couple years to do it, but she hit a goal. And I applaud her for that. That took hard work and dedication.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. Absolutely. And, I mean, there are certain things you can do in pairings to increase your odds. But when you've got multiple incomplete dominants at play and you're searching for this certain combo, it's still hard to obtain sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes you got to break it down to basics just to move forward and then start to expand. So
right.
with the and that's when you play the recessive game. A lot of the recessive stuff, you hope that it carries over, right? So you get 2 visual codom, het this, het that, right? But you're shooting in the wind a lot of times on the hets until you shed test.
Right.
It makes it a lot easier now that we have the shed test option, because you get to advance your projects faster, right? You can, hey, I'm gonna throw a shed test on this clutch because I think majority of them could be double head. Sorry, I got asked if I wanted anything for dinner. I'm good. we got to get this taken care of. I knew that was coming. I was waiting. I was hoping she was going to ask before I started, but she's like coming in afterwards. But yeah. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Shed testing definitely does help speed the process.
Right.
I'm not opposed to the ideal, but right now I'm playing in a shallow pool with only so many traits playing factor right now. Like I don't have stuff that's, 6-7 traits all present in one snake. I'm a couple of codoms maybe with one het. I'm single gene with a het, a pos het, kind of thing. So I'm playing in a very shallow pool of when I put them together, I can be a little bit more slow and I can do it the long way. And because this is not any way, I'm not looking to make money. I just want to play. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy it. I want to grow my knowledge of ball pythons because that's fascinating to me. I love animals. I've loved animals since I could probably toddle around. I've loved animals. So this is just, this is feeding that little kid's brain like crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. Another important thing I think is, and it's hard to do because you got to think too, like you were saying earlier, Maddie, you plan out in 3 years and 3 years and 3 years. When you're planning a season that you're working on right now, you've got to visualize 2 to 3 years and even sometimes 6 or 10 years in the future. If I pair these two, what are my odds for one on the pairing? Because it can be a head-to-head, or it can be a visual-to-head, or it can be two visuals and loaded with codoms or not, right?
Right.
What will the babies come out as? What were they, how long will it take for them to mature? So that's got to be part of your plan, And even then it's kind of a window. Some males are ready their second winter, right now, and some will lock right now. Some males it's a little slower. Some females, man, 2.5 years and they're ready to rock. Some of them you might not get a lock out of them for, after 8 years. You know what I mean? So it's a little variable there. But when you make the pairings, what will the offspring do for me? Will they actually fit my breeding plans going forward, or am I just producing snakes? Those are kind of the things that drive my thought process now. Granted, some of the projects that I'm in right now, I am absolutely forced to make my own hets or use hets to begin the project because the visual snakes are way too out of my price range, and that's just the real of it. I'm not the $25,000 snake type of fella,
Not yet. Not yet. Keyword is not yet. You ain't got there yet.
Right.
You get there.
Right. And the other big thing is avoiding impulse purchases. I can't even English today.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So that's a big one. And it goes back to what I was talking about before. A lot of breeders, either when they have focus, they level up or they lose focus and they spiral out into, oh, that's a pretty snake, I gotta have it. So you got to be really critical moving forward as you advance on, okay, is this a cool snake or does it fit my plan?
Right.
Yeah. How much does this snake advance my project? Is it absolutely dire to the project? Would it be the best snake for the project? You know, how many steps back? And okay, say this has got 5 genes and fire's one of them, right? And you don't want fire into that project. Do you have to work backwards to get that out? You know, how much is that going to cost you in time and pairings? You know, those are kind of things you have to consider.
Right.
Oh, we got another question.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So kind of piggybacking off of your planning for the future thing, so just ballpark it, vision in your head. Where do you want to see yourself, say, 2 years from now?
Vending at a show.
Okay. Are you shooting local show? Or are you talking like NARBC? Are you shooting for the moon, or you want to shoot local to start?
Local
Okay.
to start.
Okay.
So, you know, walking around, you know, for example, Daytona, it's fascinating. You know, there's so many people coming to support you, come to your table, ask you questions. It's definitely a cool goal to work towards. So we're gonna try. And yeah, I just want to be a successful, you know, business owner. And then yeah.
Okay. What is it? Well, okay. Piggyback off that idea. What does success look like to you? Because success looks different to everybody. You know, when you say you want to be a successful business owner, what in your eyes classifies that?
I would want a better system, like whole system, quarantine, husbandry standards, my whole structure, record keeping, just the whole nine. Yep, the whole 9 yards.
Tried and true, right here.
Yep.
Can't go wrong.
Yep. Just stay on track. You know, just long term.
Yeah.
Just
for sure. That's awesome. That's I just, like you said, keep your focus. Don't get, you know, discouraged just because things may not be going right for you in that one moment, because it's not permanent. You know, the best of things come from a little bit of adversity. You know, you're up against it, you keep pushing, and you're better for it because you learned a lesson. You can push to better, better serve yourself, better serve your animals. You know, I'll be the first one to admit, you know, Void Century Serpents stemmed from a previous partnership under a different venture. So I was in a very adverse place previously, and it led to this. It led to the emergence of the Monday live streams, you know, between me and Carl, because me and him spend a lot of time talking on the phone and communicating. And I would have never in a million years would have thought that I would have found the network of people that have my back the way that I have. And, you know, given all that adversity that I went through, I'm now in a better place for it. You know, so don't ever feel, you know, like you don't have people in your corner, because there's always somebody that's got your back. There's always somebody, like, if you're like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on, I just need some help, reaching out, never go wrong.
Yeah. And to kind of piggyback off what John said there, it's important not to be an asshole, what I call it, asshole. You know, somebody who always asks for advice and never follows it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, that being said, yeah, everybody makes mistakes when they're first starting out, and even people that have been in the game for a while kind of goofs up sometimes, and they learn something. You know, and I've talked to some more higher end breeders and taken their advice and kind of put the spin on it and applied it for what I see going on here, and it's worked great for me so far. but I've also talked to them and talked through different issues that I've had, and I've thrown my ideas at them, and they're like, you know what? I think I might try that. So don't ever think that, you know, you're the smallest person in the room, because 9 times out of 10, when you're talking to people a lot, you'll end up teaching them something too, you know, some little tidbit that you've learned. Um, I consider myself a full time student when it comes to this. I am not a professional whatsoever, by no means. And anybody who's been around for a while knows that I've not been in this the breeding aspect on my own very long, really. Um, so I try to stay as humble as possible as far as that goes, and always view things as teachable or learnable moments. You know.
Yep.
So we've talked a little bit about your goals and what success looks like to you. Um, other than just the animals, right? Uh, what kind of equipment and what kind of a setup do those goals speak to? Like what are you shooting for there?
Ooh, that's
Good
an
one,
easy.
huh?
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know. I really want to work towards better racks.
Mhm.
What are the new ones they just came out with? The one from the China one, the solid black one. That I would love. I mean, I already have a good incubator. Thanks, Nick. I got that from him last year. Um, I would love to, get like a setup like you guys have. Look at there. So awesome.
Oh,
That,
Yes.
ARS
that,
system.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have a couple of VE setups, but
Okay.
I definitely
VE setups are good.
yeah.
They do a good job with humidity. Sometimes you actually gotta like drive them out because they do so good with humidity.
Yeah.
So you gotta, yeah, you gotta play the game a little bit. But yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I for rack's sake, I really want to get something a little bit more sturdy. Definitely, wider and then a little bit longer. I just like, and also I would like something on wheels because I cannot be carrying these racks no more without the wheels on the bottom. So,
yeah. Casters
um,
or die for.
oh yeah, oh yeah, love them, love them. Now I will say, tearing this thing down and relocating it in your house, nightmare. It's a nightmare because this is the OG 7030. This is the all metal. It's not got the plastic rails or
Jeez.
nothing. This thing
Right.
is heavy and a pain in the butt. But because of all that snow that we had, I couldn't keep them where I had them at. I had to bring them in the house. And oh my goodness, you're talking 6 hours moving this thing, cleaning it, tearing it down. Oh, it was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I re-
that one right there, that's where I put it together. That's where it lives.
Yeah.
I move it out to clean out from behind it and underneath of it, and when I do my spring cleaning to knock the dust off everything and polish everything up, it don't move very far.
Yep. Oh. Dirty Babe put in the comments that rack that you were talking about. It's called Matrix Repta Rack.
yes.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, yep.
Yep.
Those look. I've seen the videos. They look okay. It honestly, I hate to say it, but it looks like refrigerator crisper drawers that they put those snakes in.
That was kind of my take on it as well.
Honestly, the way you put it that way, I kind of
See, yeah.
it looks so easy to put together too. I think that was another
Yeah.
like if there was a rack out there, it's like so easy but yet so sturdy. Oh yeah, it's in my cart, by the way. It's in my cart.
Easy to put
Yeah.
together. Very easy to clean if you have the right cleaning equipment. Heavy recommendation of the Temu scrapers. I'm just saying, to get the urates in the back corners. My goodness, that little thing right there saves your life. They're not expensive, and we are not by any means endorsed by the company, but whoever came up with that ideal, top tier.
Yeah. So I think I can't even remember what that's for, pots and pans or something goofy.
Yeah. Huh.
But the wife saw it on Temu and showed it to me, and she's like, I think you need these. I said, I think you're right. So yeah, I've been using them. They work great. They're soft enough plastic to where they don't mar up your VE tubs, but they're hard enough to where they just blast through that urate to sometimes get stuck on the tubs. It's a dream in these tubs back here.
Yep. Yeah. So, with the like smoothed corners, you don't have hard corners, so they're like rounded.
Right.
So you really have to kind of get in there good with something that can like point to the corner a little bit better. And those scrapers do a great job with it.
I might have to look at those.
Yeah, Temu.
Oh yeah.
Temu.
Listen, we are all for, if you can be budget friendly, be budget friendly. And for something, how did that go again? he likes the animations, you know. the talking with the hands there, Garrett. Oh yeah.
For example, get in there.
For example,
get it out.
Gotta get in there, right? Yeah. That's great. But yeah, no, it's great tool to have. You can buy them in bulk. I think I bought a 6-pack of them for a couple bucks. You just gotta wait for them to show up. I mean, the hardest part is just waiting for them to get to you.
Yeah. I'll have to check it out. It seems like I have each of my reptiles have their own scrubby brush. Maybe I'm too particular, but that seems like it might work better because I use like a little scrubby brush and it has like a little thing that sticks out. You scrub, like, get the hard stuff off. But I might look into that.
Yeah, I like it. It's got a little handle. You know, put your thumb on there when you're really getting after it. You know,
if it wears out, you take your pocket knife, kind of straighten it out real good. You know.
Yeah, if it throws that burr and stops being productive, you can just shave off that edge and clean it up, and then boom, it's sharp again, ready to ride.
Yep.
So
cool.
I've whittled on that one several times. But the good thing about being hard plastic like that, you can sanitize that.
Right.
You know?
Yep. What's your preferred method for cleaning solution that you use in your tubs, Maddie?
Dawn
dish soap. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
mean, yeah.
It's worked good for me. I don't have like that that expensive stuff, so I'm just working with what I got, and Dawn dish soap does it. I just scrub it really good. I wipe it out, and then I also have hot shots, just preventative stuff, and I have it in the pill bottles.
Yeah.
With the holes, and then I can put that in there, and voila.
Yep. Yeah. Good mite prevention for anybody that is struggling with mites.
Yes.
Hot shots. No pest strips. They're in a green package. They last a very long time. If you cut it up, it looks like a big block of cheese.
It's very hard to cut, by the way.
Yes.
It's very hard to cut.
You get some surgical scissors. It does just fine. It zip right through it. No problem.
I'm using plain knives. I'm just using plain knives. But yeah, along on the mite prevention thing, we do, like, for example, we do a lot of quarantine. You know, they stay out in the living room for about 60 to 90 days, and we do a lot of mite preventative stuff. We use the hot shot. We also do Dawn dish soaps as soon as they arrive, especially for the rescues. Whenever, we have 5 of them, and whenever we got them in November, completely covered. The guy just gave up, did not you know, he said he cleaned them and started treating them. Was not the case. A lot of things that I actually made a YouTube video about it, just for example, because there's so many people out there doesn't know. And also we use predatory mites. I don't know if y'all have used them before. A lot. A predator. Oh, you never used them before?
Never even heard of it. No.
Okay, so they're basically they're mites, but they eat snake mites. Only eat snake mites.
Okay.
You can literally pour them in there. You can get them from Nature's Good Guys, their website.
Okay.
And once you get them in, it's 2-day shipping, live guaranteed. And then you get like a big pack, like a big little cup. You open it up, you can pour it in there, or you can leave just dump them all out. They run around, eat all the snake mites everywhere. They'll go everywhere. Put them in your floor. Put them in your enclosure. They eat all the snake mites, all their eggs, and the larvae. And once there's no more mites, they die.
Okay. That's
I
more.
use
That's a more natural way of approaching. That. Yeah.
Yep.
You got a question there, Carl. What's the brush called on Temu? Riven.
I have my iPad, guys. Hang on, we're gonna look this up.
Miss Riven's Forge is asking. She wants to know, because that is a phenomenal tool to have.
Okay, I just checked with the wife, the Temu Master, and she said it's a car detail brush.
Car detail brush.
Yeah.
Look, see, and you would never think, like, hey, let's get a car detail brush to clean out snake tubs.
Yeah. Yeah, I would never thought that was car detail, but
I mean, maybe use the plastic scratcher to get in those little like gaps.
Yeah.
Maybe scrape it out. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Hey, Abby, they said thank you.
I think they're gonna place an order.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, listen. If we are the first, tried and true, if we can get an endorsement for the car detail brush off Temu, we're there. We've made it.
Yes.
TikTok
Okay.
Oh Lord, I don't even have a TikTok shop, so
Nope. Yeah, I tried to do where I linked my merch to the TikTok shop.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that thing's nightmarish to try to mess with that. It is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's nightmarish. I was like, oh, I can't even do this.
All right. So I found you can get them off of going back to the predatory mites, you can get them off of Amazon.
Okay.
It's directly linked to their website, so it's just a branch. You can get a lot. You can get 12,500 live predatory mites. You can get 20,000 or 25,000. That's a lot. And or it's $21 for the 12.5, but it's like $16 delivery. That's the only
you got to pay shipping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But sometimes we get discounts, like if we buy multiple times. But it's worked well for us. Yeah. It's not insanely evasive, especially on the new guys. I don't know what their history is. Right. I don't know what they've been through. So, we have no mites. Go figure.
I'm all for alternative methods, and that sounds like a very naturalistic method versus, everybody else that does quarantine does like Dawn dish soaks, you do iodine soaks, you treat, wash, scrape, wipe, oh my gosh, it's nightmarish.
I can't do it.
I've dealt with the mite thing many a time myself. Oh my gosh, it's awful. awful.
Yeah. I know someone mentioned ivermectin, but ain't that like toxic for them? I looked it up. I
Not the
wasn't
greatest
sure.
thing for them to ingest.
They're saying they dose them with it, and it kills it internally. Like they dose them.
Yeah.
And
I also heard flea and tick treatment. Like if you know the weight of the snake and you can get it correlated to the oral flea and tick treatment for like cats, because cats have the oral treatment that they can take. If you can get it to correlate, they can actually take it down with a meal and it'll do it.
Oh wow! I think it was Frontline. I think.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, Third Coast said ivermectin's for everybody.
Okay. I also I kind of use a couple drops of ivermectin every now and then, but I don't spray it on the animals. I spray it in the enclosure, kind of like a what should I call it? Kind of like a prevenamite type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it leave like kind of a milky stain on stuff?
Not really.
I treat my breeder rats.
Yeah, I was gonna say you treat
one
your rodents with
on the size of 1 or 2 drops right on the back of the neck. They don't have any fleas or parasites.
Right.
And we do that every 6 months.
Yeah. Ever since I started that, everything's been cleaner. I like my stuff clean. I'm a I'm crazy when it comes to like making sure all my guys have fresh water, we kind of gave up on the substrate. That's no. So we do use paper towels for now, especially for the quarantine. So we can send that fecal sample and get it tested, make sure they don't have crap or anything like that. Just want to be safe than sorry. Make sure everything is clean.
That's smart. That's smart for Yep. For the quarantine aspect of things, yeah.
Big on the RAL strips or RAL swabs.
Yes. Yes. And then we have a specific lab down here that we can literally put their poop and urinate in a baggie and ship it. And you have to fill out this little form that you have to print out. And you have to mark whatever you want to get tested for. And then you send it with it. Cool. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of stuff that's so scientific. I had to look it up or ask somebody that's done it before. Whenever I started doing that, it's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but it also helps the process.
Right.
Your avoidant care is still good quality care. You're being proactive. Proactive prevention is going to be a big one for a lot of things.
Yep. 100%. So yeah, all of our guys has fecal samples, not samples, but fecal test. No parasites, no wormies.
Good.
I call them so. Yeah, we don't want that. But other than that, I'm very, very happy with how everything's going so far. No more mites, no more issues.
Yep. I've had to deal with them 3 times myself, and thank God they were all caught in quarantine and handled in quarantine because.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that last time you did, I did too. We were simultaneous. Yeah. That was rough. That was rough.
I
think,
see.
They stayed in their own little rack in their own little hidey hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll admit, my fourth snake, she was the first one I bought off a morph market. She was just a regular pinstripe. I fell in love with her. And this was even before I even thought about, quarantine. This was when I just started. And I made a mistake. I put her right next to all of my other reptiles. All near. Did not inspect her like I was supposed to. Didn't put her on paper towels. Didn't quarantine her. Guess what?
Your whole collection had mites in a matter of a week. I guarantee it's just, yeah. That's what it sounds like.
It was bad. That was probably the worst breakout. Even though I only had like 4, that's still a lot of cleaning every single day for 14 days. That's a lot.
And that's just hoping that 14-day cycle gets it right the first time around.
Right.
You know, because if you miss even the slightest bit, you're running that cycle all over again.
Yes. So. Yes. I think it took us about month to 2 months of consistency. They just kept coming back. But now I know, that's not gonna happen no more. No way. Just to make sure. I want to make sure they're safe, healthy.
Yeah,
there's a
strict
issue.
Quarantine around here. Absolutely strict quarantine around here. I don't care who it comes from. You can be my best friend. I'm still going to quarantine that snake.
Right.
And it's going to sit in observation. 99% of the time, it gets a Rouse strip or a Rouse swab and sent off anyway. There's been a couple that I've let sit extra long in quarantine that I didn't strip right away or swab right away, just because I knew they would be in quarantine for quite a while and not put in gin pop. So,
nobody enters this guy for quite a while. They got to sit and marinate good. Not to mention this is for all big stinks. This is anything over 700 gram in my house goes in here. Everything else is kept in another rack elsewhere. So I don't keep nothing small over here, but that's just for sake of like it being too much. You know, you give a 200 gram hatchling a 70-30, they might not be able to find the heat source good. So
well, that and they're overwhelmed, too big of a space. You got to worry about hides and clutter inside the tub and everything else just to make them get on food a lot of times. They like their little tight hidey holes.
Any way they can get kind of real tight and like hide like up next to the water dish or something like that. That's just seems to be where they thrive at a lot of times. So
yeah, I'm big on using hides if I have even the inkling of a feeding issue or something like that, or I could tell the snake is a little too uncomfortable. I'll chuck a hide in there. I've got dozens of them extra, you know.
Right.
Yep. That's
I have a bulk box from Reptile Basics.
Yeah. Eventually, whenever the 3D printer gets back rolling, you know, you can always 3D print some stuff. You know, that's always a valid option.
I need to get some 3D stuff printed. I need to get like the little cup holders for water bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have snakes that keep dumping them. Yes, especially the females right now. The mahogany female, your Carl, your 2 females, they're bull wrapping, and they love the dump.
Yeah, so they come out of this rack here. Both of them were in this rack. And this is the tub with the built-in water
molded.
Dish. Yeah. So we put I got some over here, these little deli cups in them.
Okay.
Just put that in there and then pull it out when it's time to change the water.
I tried. Okay, so I was supposed to get. I have ones with built-in, like the water things, but it's a little too long for their size. But once I have them in a rack. It's just I don't have the thing in the middle. Can I like super glue one down?
Yeah, right there. Riven George's wife just said it. They bought PVC cap ends, like the cap ends, and they hot glued them to the bottom of the tub, and then they just sat their cup in it. And that's a good way to be preventative of them getting knocked over, because if they can't tip at the base of the cup, you're getting the clear. And I was going to recommend the PVC, just cut PVC pipe down to like the height of the cup. That way it sits down because it's harder for them to tip that over.
Right.
The way it sits.
Okay. Yeah, I'll order those tonight. And I'll send you a hot glue gun as well.
There's 100 different things. Like I'm big on, so I've got the VE6s, right? And I go to the dollar store and I'll buy
too. Dog food bowls.
These little pet bowls.
Oh, yeah.
They're wide base, and they can't tip them over. They can splash the water out of them, but they can't tip them over.
Yep.
Okay.
Give me the bottom one. Give me the bottom one.
Show them a picture of Cersei sucking her.
Yeah. So for the big breeder girls, I've noticed they like to get in the water a lot of times when they're growing follicles. So we'll use these bigger bowls here for the Super 70 rack. But when they get to creaming their big self in here, I went to the dollar store and got an oil pan.
It works. It works.
They absolutely love it.
Yeah.
They'll I mean, you just put like that much water in it. You don't have to fill it all the way up. And they'll get in there and they'll cool themselves inside of that water.
Yeah.
And it works great. It gives them just enough for them to get a good soak on. And like they'll start out bowl wrapping, but inevitably when they're building follicles, they always end up piling themselves in that dish. And they look like, I don't know, a football on a tee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
There's good alternatives. The thing that I saw, somebody was just trying to say, hey, if you're looking for a simple ball python setup, you want something that's dual purpose, right? It assists with shed and it's good for them to soak in. If you have an enclosure, right? You know how those rock water dishes and like even more naturalistic looks or whatever are very expensive. Do painter trays. Like one of the harder plastic molded painter trays. The grooves on that painter tray are going to help give them friction to rub against, and it helps them shed out. Actually, it's a good alternative if you have enclosure style setups. You know, now not everybody has that. Obviously, we do racks and stuff.
I don't like those naturalistic looking water dishes because they're very porous.
Yeah,
and they're hard to clean. And, you know, I've even seen them where they get hairline cracks and then you shake them and they still got water in them. Mm-hmm. I don't like that.
Right.
It's the resin. I hate the resin.
Yeah. Well, even to the ones that are carved out of the stone, sometimes the stone that they use to carve it over time, that protective layer that they put on it wears out. So then the rock becomes real porous and it just sucks all the water in. And then you're like, I just filled that up. How's it already? How's it already gone? That's a big one. Oh, look right there. G. Paul's wife said she's making a trip to Lowe's for painter trays. Nice. Yeah, I mean, you see, and that's the thing. YouTube, Google, like, has been my best friend as I've been in the industry. I've talking, communicating, and just researching, and I will get down a rabbit hole so deep, and then be like, oh my gosh, it's been 2 hours, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I've learned so much.
That's why I'm so grateful that I stumbled upon these water dishes for the dog bowls. Like, and I pick them up. I got blue, gray, pink, whatever. They even got some turquoise ones there. But I'll take they got little rubber feet. I don't know if you can see that hole right there, but they got little rubber feet in there. I pop that out because I don't need the rubber feet. And they cannot tip these over. They'll lay in them. They'll splash water out of them sometimes, but it's not as bad as if they're tipping them over.
Right.
So big on the dog bowls, dollar store dog bowls.
Okay, let me see if I got another question here wrote down. I know we kind of ran through a lot of them.
There you go. Here's a good question. If you could choose one recessive gene for you to work with and you had unlimited money, what would it be?
Sorry, my partner came in here. Now he's embarrassing me.
I'll pull that back up. If you could choose one recessive gene for you to work with and you had unlimited amount of money, what would it be?
Recessives? That's a hard one. That's a good question, though. Is Ultramel?
Yeah, it's recessive. Yeah.
I really like. I would love Ultramel.
So you're team Ultramel.
I love the balance. It's so balancing, especially like if you combine Orange Dream and Ultramel, it's so pretty. It's so pretty.
So,
go ahead and sprinkle in a layer here. Cypress. Just add a layer of cypress in there just to crisp it all up. All day. all day. All day.
So I'm team Monarch.
Yeah.
So it's been a while, but I was talking about on a live how I'd like to get into Monarch, and John from Mission Morph said, "Hey, if you had a visual Monarch with 5 incomplete dominants in it given to you, would you shave your beard?" I said, "Yeah, 100%."
That's a big.
100%.
That's big.
Baby face.
Oh my! Like nothing. You just take it all off.
Hey, you seen them AI back when the Bigfoot and the gorilla was starting to be real popular?
Yes.
The one where he found that shaver and shaved himself bald. That'd be me.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I did shine up the head today before the live, though.
There you go. I don't know, man. I'll be due pretty soon for a cut myself.
You know? Yeah, I was getting to be a long-haired hippie.
Yeah. It grows with the winter up here. My hair grows so fast, I can't keep on top of it. You know, it's bi-weekly a lot of times through the winter, and then in the summertime I can kind of stretch it to the 3-week mark, kind of, but even that's kind of pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took about 3 inches off the beard last time I trimmed up, and I don't think too many people noticed, but
no.
I did. It was down here.
Yeah.
Figure I'd get rid of some split ends, you know.
Split ends.
Maddie, what are some other things? So, you know, a lot of reptile keepers have additional hobbies, right? They have additional things they're invested in. What are some other things that you hope to invest your time into as like kind of a accent more or less to the reptiles?
It could be anything.
Anything. Yeah, we just throwing out ideas there.
A good investment?
No, just a hobby that you have that's not reptiles.
Ooh. I do like photography.
Okay.
I'm a videographer for events. I do invest my time and money in that, and that kind of helps me pay for them. But I kind of want to do art more, kind of. I don't know if y'all seen the group chat. I do a lot of artwork.
Are you more a traditional like canvas style artist, or are you more of like a digital artist? You know, where you're designing, do logos
I do more digital.
Okay.
I use my handy dandy iPad and I can pretty much design anything. I do have a certification in that. I don't know. Hang on. I don't know if you guys seen it. I actually entered a contest that never happened, but you guys can see.
Yeah, I remember that.
Nice.
Spent a lot of time on that.
I did.
You want to show it up again, and I'll blow it up for everybody.
Yep.
There we go.
Wicked. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know the person. I don't know if you heard of Black Lake Reptiles. He's got the crazy. He's got the green trees, and then he's got the hognose. He's got a one-eyed ball python named Pebbles.
Nice. That's
he
cool.
was doing an art contest, and he said, if you draw something of his animals, any photo on his content of his, Instagram or whatever, the design will be used on merch. You can get a piece of merch, and it's a cash prize. There was a whole bunch of people. He has like 20,000 followers on each platform. It didn't really go the way that, I don't know. It went down the rabbit hole. Kinda. So nobody won. And nobody, I don't know. It kind of disappeared. The post disappeared. And
yeah, I think he gained too much traction, I believe, and he didn't want to follow through on his word. I remember that.
There was